What is up, YouTube? It is Matt back with another crypto video, and today's video is on IOTA. A quick look at this first article I have, IOTA Foundation and High Mobility to drive app development for smart mobility. We'll take a look at the High Mobility website itself. This next article here, IOTA may replace ICOs with ISOs. And this last article here, 2, Waste Management launches its IOTA Integration. As always, if you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it, leave a comment, and let's get right to it. So IOTA Foundation and High Mobility to drive app development for smart mobility. So what is High Mobility? High Mobility is an award-winning API platform, and their goal is to kind of bridge the gap between automobile manufacturers and the thousands of application developers that wish to make an app to benefit the mobile industry, basically. So there's no, I guess, not an official partnership, but the IOTA Foundation and High Mobility have signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on the integration of IOTA content, blueprints, and tutorials into High Mobility's developer platform. So High Mobility envisions solving one of the key challenges for car makers as well as app developers. How can big corporates engage and work with thousands of independent developers simultaneously, and how can developers use standardized car APIs for seamless prototyping? Through community and collaboration, High Mobility bridges the gap between car manufacturers and app developers to enable new mobility services and applications. So let's take a look at High Mobility's website itself. And this is some of the key components that they offer. They have a powerful auto API, which is the most comprehensive standardized API for connected cars at your disposal. They have cross-brand compatibility, and this is probably the most important part. Connect and communicate with vehicles across multiple car makers, brands in a single development effort. And that will definitely make it easier for these application developers to simply create one app that is then compatible across multiple brands of vehicles. They also have an immersive car emulators where you can test car capabilities or build simulations to test your app scenarios on true-to-life virtual vehicles. I won't cover the rest of what they offer, but it's definitely a good idea. I don't know if there's more companies like this. I haven't really researched this specific field, but High Mobility is the first one I've seen that is acting as the bridge between the car manufacturer and the app developers around the world that wish to create applications to benefit society and their vehicles. And it's certainly a genius business model to aim for. As more cars become connected to the internet, as more cars become autonomous, there's going to be more applications built on these cars to allow them to talk to each other, relay messages, everything like that. And this is kind of the way to make that happen. One application created by the developer can then be used across multiple brands of vehicles. So round of applause for IOTA for kind of envisioning that and getting this collaboration with High Mobility going. So a look at this next article here, IOTA may replace ICOs with ISOs. So as we saw in 2017, the ICO market exploded as the hype from Bitcoin and all the other altcoins that were having so much success last year kind of sparked the ICO break into the public awareness. So that came with some problems too, as many of them were kind of pump and dump scams, and they really got away with it because the space is so unregulated. And that's set to change soon. I know here in the United States, the SEC in the US is expected to make explicit its definition of cryptocurrencies in the coming months, and certainly set forward some regulations to classify what's a security and what's not. And the same is true in nations as diverse as Taiwan and the United Kingdom. So such rulings could put fetters in the ICO industry, as many ICO tokens are deemed to be securities. So where does IOTA come into this? So the IOTA community has brainstormed the concept of IOTA Initial Service Offering, the ISO, as a possible avoidance of ICO securities violations. The ISO would introduce a new digital product or service to users of the remarkable IOTA ecosystem. It would not, however, issue new tokens. Users would instead be able to pay various amounts of MIOTA, which is the native token of IOTA, for various services and product privileges. This model is very similar to the one employed by Kickstarter and other crowdfunding outfits, because companies do not offer equity value in their companies through these channels. People who put their money in are much more like customers rather than investors. IOTA does have plans for token sales and airdrops, but leading with the theorized ISO plan could keep new products on the right side of the future securities laws. If it works, other smart contract blockchains could follow suit. And I would agree with that absolutely. If we do, or if the SEC and other countries around the world kind of crack down on the ICO market, setting rules and regulations, the ISO could be a loophole to that system in a way to still obtain investment to make your product. And again, I think there'll still be pump and dump scams even in the ISO, similar to what we see with the ICO. So this last article I have, 2 Waste Management launches the IOTA integration. And as you can see, the project leader, Hauman Karami, probably butchered his name, I apologize, announced in a live stream on YouTube. Here we are, Monday, October 29th. I would like to say that we have successfully connected to the Tangle. With our sensors, we are able to tell when a bin has been changed. In the 2 technology, if you're unfamiliar with it, it really is a great idea and stands to benefit society. So basically, 2 is putting in a device, a sensor connected to the internet inside waste bins, trash cans, dumpsters throughout. They're aiming for airports, schools, or other large facilities at the moment, but certainly the technology itself could be expanded from there. And really, the sensors monitor the level or how full the waste bin or trash can is, and when it does get full, it alerts the waste management company to send a truck to come out there and empty it. And that's going to save money for the companies such as the airports or schools or whatever. It'll save them money on waste management costs, and it'll save the waste management companies money as well. Instead of having truck drivers kind of aimlessly drive through the city looking for full waste bins to empty, they can just simply wait, and then when they receive an alert on a waste bin being full, then they'll dispatch a truck specifically to that spot. So they'll save money on fuel consumption, time, labor hours, etc., where you have people just waiting for a bin to be full. And again, this technology right now is kind of aimed at large buildings such as schools, airports, etc. But really, when they see the success it can have, I guarantee it'll be implemented on like a citywide scale, where the whole public waste bin system is using these sensors to monitor how full it is, and it'll just really increase public sanitation, as you will never have a full trash can again, because as soon as it's full, it's going to alert the waste company. They'll come pick it up and get it out of there. And really, the sanitation is a very important part of a city's function. I mean, even the Romans fully understood that with running water in their sewage systems to keep their cities clean, because really sanitation is key to a city's success. So that will wrap up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later.